Hey everyone, very good morning to you all. So now it's a time to revise our one of the prose from the book Flamingo, that is Indigo, written by Louis Fischer. So we are going to recall that chapter, the main pointers here, the main things that what basically happened in this whole chapter. This is one of the very important and one of the very interesting chapter actually. Might be you will find little boring or monotonous because it's related to history, but a meaningful chapter for everyone. So in today's class, I'm going to explain you the whole, or I would say the main pointers where the whole chapter covers up actually what you need to learn, and then I'm going to send you the worksheet which is related to your one markers. So we are just going to focus in today's class about the one markers here, right? So first let's see what's in this chapter. What are the important things which you need to remember here? First is this chapter is about exploitation of Indian peasants by British landlords. This whole chapter revolves around that. It's about before independence, right? And the role of Gandhiji is very important in this chapter. So that you need to remember that how Indian sharecroppers, peasants, they were exploited by the British landlords and how Gandhiji helped us to come out from that situation and how he brought the various movements in our country. So here, the chapter, in this chapter, you need to understand the role of Rajkumar Shukla, which is very essential. The poor, emaciated sharecropper who was also the one of them who was exploited by the British landlord. But he took up the courage. He took the step and initiative to come forward and to do something for the Indian people. And although he was illiterate, but still, with his confidence, with his courageous level, he went and met Gandhiji. And he convinced him to come to his place because Gandhiji was already busy in the INC meeting and there were his prior appointments too. But still, he waited for him. So you need to understand his role here. Then you need to understand this chapter is about this chief commercial crop, that is indigo. The town, the land, the 15% of the land, this crop was there, and how British landlords were exploiting those Indian people. But as soon as the synthetic indigo came into the market, that production of indigo was stopped. Compensation was there. British landlords they asked for the compensation from those Indian tenants, sharecroppers, that if you want to release, you need to pay us the money, right? And without having any idea, those Indian sharecroppers they paid the money also. And later on, they realized that this indigo would not be there in the market anymore because synthetic indigo was already there now. So, this whole thing was very important to understand. Then, how Gandhiji he reached Champaran district with Rajkumar Shukla. But before that, how he went to the Dr. Rajendra Prasad place, and there the untouchability happened. Then he stayed at Professor Kirplani and Milkhani place. That also you need to see. Now Gandhiji reached Champaran, and then we need to understand here that when Gandhiji reached, before that he collected all the important information. He gathered it from the neighboring places too, because he really wanted to have the clear evidence that how he can take up this matter forward. So he went to Muzaffarpur, Motihari area, everywhere, so that he could have those information with him. Then we need to understand the role of lawyers, which is once again important here. That Gandhiji scolded the Indian lawyers because they were charging the huge amount of money, the fees from the Indian sharecroppers. That we need to understand. So, role of lawyers is also once again very important. So, Gandhiji scolded them, and lawyers they understood. So later on, you would realize when Gandhiji was about to go to the jail, Indian lawyers were ready to accompany him there because these Indian lawyers, they understood that how they all need to be together and fight for themselves. Then we need to understand that how Gandhiji took various steps. Like as I mentioned, he went to the British Landlord Association, and there he was not welcomed by those people because for them Gandhiji was not the person of that particular district, so no information was given to them. So even he went to Motihari area. Then the court summon came that he need to leave this area because now there was the news in the British Landlord Association that someone from outside is there. But what happened there that all when that order came, that summon came that he need to leave that place, Gandhiji, he disobeyed that. He said he would not go because this is his own country, this is his own place, and people required his help. But as he was disobeying it, he was ready to go to the jail because he was not interested. Gandhiji was not interested that he should be marked as the one who did not basically follow the rules or the orders. So how every single person came forward, and they were also ready to go to jail with Gandhiji. And there, that scene was very different because those Britishers were not able to handle number of people together. So later on, it was decided that they need to release Gandhiji anyhow. And it happened. So Gandhiji brought the movement of civil disobedience there. Then Gandhiji ended the deadlock, that matter, the money which Indian peasants had already given to the British landlords. They required their money back. So he fought for it and it was ended to 25% of the money, the funded money. Unfortunately, first of all, Indian peasants were not happy. Although matter was resolved on that matter, on that 25%. But according to Gandhiji, it was a thing that the prestige of the Britishers, it came down in front of the Indian people. Secondly, something is better than nothing actually. So we need to close this matter. We need to come out. So Gandhiji basically gave the qualities of courage to the people, that they need to free themselves from the fear which was there in the mind. Then when this all the matter resolved of Indigo, then he realized, although he realized earlier also, but now he focused more on the improvement of social and economic backwardness of that area. He wanted to improve that. So Gandhiji, his family members, his volunteers, everyone were there to improve that place. Even one of the Englishmen also came, but he did not, basically Gandhiji was not interested to take his help because he wanted that the Indian people should not be dependent on someone else. So in this matter, as I have mentioned, all these important points, you need to understand it. But yes, you need to read this chapter thoroughly because there can be the questions from the reference to the context for you. So you need to understand that too. So you need to have that thorough reading. Obviously, there will be the MCQs also. In today's class, as I have mentioned, I will give it to you. So please do it timely, right? Send the work timely to me. Go for that. Thank you and God bless you all.